this evening we're going to look at hyperbolas. Hyperbolas you're going to be able to identify by the subtraction symbol, and you're going to see that both x and y are squared. The subtraction symbol tells us which axes we're going to see graph on and which we are not. In this top two right here, x squared is positive, or the y squared has become negative. The x minus h and the y minus k, you should remember that from the circle, is where we're going to have a horizontal and vertical shift. If x is positive, we will see the axes showing up right on the x-axis. Okay? It opens to the right and left. Then we have our focus, which we will go through, and that is our a and b values. Those are underneath the denominator, and we say a squared plus b squared in this case. Now, the second option is that y squared is now first, and the x squared right here is the negative one. So you'll see that this now opens up and down, okay? These right here, we have the asymptotes we draw in, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So the very first one I have right here is a lovely little graph. We can see that we have the 25 and the 16. So horizontally, we have a radius of 5. Vertically, we have a radius of 4. There's nothing added on to the x or y, so that means we're going to start right from the origin. We're going to count out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counted those horizontally. And count 4 vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now make a dotted box. Okay, we're going to draw in the diagonals that are the asymptotes. Okay, so they're in. And we look at this one, x squared is positive, so that means this point right there and that point right there. So I can say right here I have the point 5, 0 and negative 5, 0. Those are my vertex, okay? To find the focus, or the foci if you will, you would do 25 plus 16. That's going to be radical 41. Okay, and that gets added on to this foci value, or to the vertex value is the foci value. So we would say negative 5 minus radical 41 comma 0, and then 5 plus radical 41 comma 0. Okay, so the next one here is a U-try. You want to go through, the first thing is make it look like what we just had that has denominators. You want to divide out, just like we did with the ellipse, divide out so that it equals 1. Okay, and then you try both of those, and we will go over these in class. I do want to see your U-try work, okay? So take a second to go through that. Now, we're going to go through when they give us certain conditions, and just go through a couple and see where we are. First, we have one that has a vertex of 0, negative 12. You want to identify that this is a y value, meaning the y value showed up, so the y value is what's positive. And a focus value, again, notice the focus has a y value of 20. So we're going to start. Because it has the 0 in there, I know it's just y squared and x squared, okay? This is my vertical distance, so I take that 12 and I square it, and I get 144. This is going to be minus, and it's going to be equal to 1. We come over here, and we write focus equals a squared plus b squared. The focus they told me was 20, so I plug that in. And I know that my a is the 144 plus b squared. So get rid of the radical by squaring both sides. Okay, and I have 144 plus b squared. Subtract the 144, and I have b squared is 256. And I really don't even have to take the square root because this value right here underneath the x squared is 256. Now the next one is a u try. All right, so take a moment, think about how this is x and this is y. The asymptote over here has the equation of y equals x. So when you plot that, you know whatever you're doing, you have those two lines in there. So you can see x and y are the same. So try that one. And again, you can go over it if you have questions. Then, now we're going to sketch one where the center is not at the origin. This one, we're going to start and have the negative 3, 2. Notice I had to look, make sure that the 3 was with the x. So start with that over here, negative 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. We're going to count off of that. Horizontally, we're going to count 5 again. Vertically, we're going to count 4. It's not always 5 and 4. It's just working out that way for these two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a lovely little dotted box. Almost there. Okay, and draw in asymptotes. And now we look back and say, okay, it is positive x squared, so I know it's going to look like this right here. So first thing first, we want to say, all right, that's the point 2, 2 is a vertex, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and then we have negative 8, 2. Those are the vertices. Okay, and then we need to do the foci. So foci, let me just slide this and this so I have no room. We're going to have 25 plus 36 underneath the radical. 25 plus 36 is 61. So then my foci, I have 2 plus radical 61, 2, and negative 8 minus radical 61, 2. The asymptotes, that's the last thing we're going to do, are the equations of these lines. So you can figure out the slopes. This line you can't see what I'm pointing at, sorry. This line right here goes right through the origin. You can find it by doing slopes of the lines, or you can say, okay, it goes through the origin, and I can see that it has a slope of negative 1. Okay? Let's see what else we have here. Now we have we have to go through and do a little completing the square fun. So let's do it. First thing first, put the y's together, put the x's together. You'll notice I put y's first because the y squared was positive, and move your constant to the other side. Next, we're going to complete the square. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. And then over here, we're going to pull out the negative 1 so that we can complete the square. So I have x squared minus 2x equals negative 7. Just rewrite this step because it's a page ahead over here. So I have x squared minus 2x. Half of negative 2 is negative 1 squared is plus 1. Now over here I have to say negative 7 plus the 9 plus the 1. Okay, the 9 right there. So this side factors into y plus 3 quantity squared. This side is x minus 1 quantity squared. Over here, negative 7 plus 9 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. And then lastly, you would go ahead, divide each of these by 3. So I'd have y plus 3 squared over 3, and then minus x minus 1 squared over 3 equals 1. Okay, so we can see what kind of hyperbola. We would now pick out the center. The center, notice here is the x, so it's going to be 1 comma negative 3 is where we would start from. And you can go ahead and sketch that. Here is a U try for you to pick. Again, I know you'll do a lovely job. And then way down at the bottom here, you're going to end up with negative x plus 5 quantity squared over 4 plus y minus 4 quantity squared over 9 equals 1. All right, good luck and have a great